Hello, everybody. Dr. Steve here. I'm so excited to be with you here tonight for the Supplement Hoax webinar. What is your company not telling you? ER Doctor exposes the truth. My name is Dr. Steve Sabo. I'm excited to be with you here tonight. It is about 5 minutes before the hour. We are going to get started shortly. We'll wait for a few more people to join us here tonight, and then we're going to get right into all the nitty-gritty, so to speak, of this webinar. So just sit tight and I will be right back. For those of you waiting for the Supplement Hoax webinar, Dr. Steve here. I will be with you shortly. I have 58 minutes after the hour. We're going to start on the hour in a couple of minutes. So sit tight, relax, and we're going to get started shortly. Well, hello, everybody. We are on the hour. That means our Supplement Hoax webinar is about to begin. I am excited to be with you here tonight. I'm going to share my webcam, so let's get that started here. Going to connect that, shut that off, and let's see. Let me see. All right, I am just getting the webcam started here. Let's see, where are we? Okay, anyway, hi guys. My name is Dr. Steve Sabo. I am excited to be with you here today. Let me hang on a second. There we are. We're in the main screen. Sorry about that. A little technical difficulty. Let me. Okay. Anyway, let's show the main screen. Give me 1 second. Here we are. All right. Anyway, I am excited to be with you. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Steve Sabo. I am here for the Supplement Hoax webinar. I am excited to be here. I am an emergency doctor, and we are going to get started in just a couple of minutes. Over to the right over here, or at least it's on my right, there is a box. I want you to just make sure that you can hear me and that you can see me. So if you can, just put in the question section just a little, yes, somebody's saying hello, hello. And I guess that means that you both can see me and you can hear me. So what I am going to do is I am going to shut off the webcam. Okay, and I am going to get back here. Let's go back to the beginning and we will play from the start. And I think we are ready. So hello, everybody. I want to welcome everybody. I see hi, Dr. Sabo from the Kellys. Welcome here tonight. Always happy to see people here on the webinar. Just some of the people on the webinar tonight. So this webinar, you're going to get information on the problems of vitamins today. The problem of vitamins today. Hang on 1 second. Sorry about that. I didn't put it in full screen. Sorry. View full screen. There we are. Okay. Now we're good. Okay. Now we're good, guys. Technical difficulties. That's what you call that. Anyway, I'm excited to be here with everyone tonight. And we are going to talk about what it says here, the supplement hoax. You know, guys, there are problems with vitamins out there today that the companies don't tell you about. And I am going to expose some of those problems here tonight. So you're going to learn about that. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to teach you here tonight. I'm an emergency doctor. I've learned about these issues and I am going to share them with all of you tonight. So without further ado, as they say, let's get started. Do you guys take vitamin supplements daily, but you kind of still feel tired and sluggish and still seem to get sick all the time? Your goal, what I would say by the end of this webinar, is to consider the 3 factors that are there when choosing a vitamin. So what are the 3 factors that you need to consider? First, you need to consider absorption, and we're going to talk about the problems with absorption today with vitamins, the fact that they just don't get absorbed. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about a system that actually will increase absorption of vitamins. Number two, quality. You guys don't realize it, but the quality of vitamins out there today, most vitamins, is just not there. And we're going to talk about what to look for and how to determine quality. And then finally, number three, we're going to talk about ingredients of vitamins and what to watch out for and what can actually be harmful for you. And I'm going to talk a little about that tonight too. So in addition to that, guys, you're going to want to stay until the end for a secret link to a shocking video interview I conducted with nutritional supplement expert Tracy Gibbs. You see, Mr. Gibbs will reveal the secret to making sure you absorb 85% more of your supplements and avoid wasting your hard-earned money on vitamins and becoming, frankly, malnourished. Here's a picture of me and Tracy right before or as I was doing the interview. And those of you who stay till the end, you guys will get the link to this interview, this wonderful interview that I did with Tracy. So let's get started. And before I get started into the kind of the nuts and bolts of the webinar, I just wanted to introduce myself tonight. Here's a picture of me in my white coat. I grew up in Lakewood, New Jersey. Where is that? Well, Lakewood, New Jersey is on the Jersey Shore, as we say, or the shore. It's about 60 miles from New York City to the south. I presently live in northern New Jersey. I live in a very small town, Upper Saddle River. It's on the border of Rockland County, New York, and I work in a hospital just over that border. Medical school. Well, interestingly, I went to medical school in France, and I lived there for 3 years. I transferred to Chicago Medical School. I got my degree there. And I've been a practicing emergency doctor since 1995. I did my residencies, by the way, in New York City at a place called Beth Israel Medical Center. And I've been practicing in, as I said, I live in northern New Jersey. I work just over the border at a community emergency department in Suffern, New York. I'm an assistant professor of emergency medicine. What that means is that I get to teach. I don't teach residents at our hospital. It's a community department, but I do get to teach the medical students. So as the medical students go through their rotations in the emergency department in our hospital, I get paired up with one of the medical students. I get to teach them. Happily married. Yes, my wife and I very recently actually celebrated our 21st wedding anniversary. It was back on March the 1st, and that was the 21st wedding anniversary, and so excited about that. And my kids, I've got two wonderful teenage daughters, one who goes to college in Connecticut and one who's going to be moving quite far away to Los Angeles, California. But as wonderful as all of this is, you know what I realized? I realized I spend too much time away from my family. So what did I do? I entered the home business industry. I got involved with several businesses. I have several health-related businesses, and I also have a social media marketing business. In that business, you see the picture over here. I'm recording one of my videos on the back patio. And what I do is I help small business owners and network marketers market themselves on social media. I love Instagram. I teach marketing on Instagram, and I love video marketing. For those of you interested, drstevesabo.com, drstevesabo.com is my website, and I've done over 300 videos. I think we're at the 320 mark. They're teaching videos for people in the home business industry. Most of them are 1 minute or less, because those of you who know me, you know that I'm on Instagram, and I love Instagram. And in order to fit a video on Instagram, it has to be 1 minute or less. So these are my other businesses. And yes, of course, you can probably tell I am passionate about my businesses. In addition to that, I love personal development. I try to read a personal development book every month, and I teach my team to do that as well. Personally, I recommend for my team 30 minutes of personal development every day. I do it just before I go to sleep. I read in bed. I'm reading a great book right now called Winning with People by John Maxwell. Talks about how to connect with people. It's a great book. I'm teaching my team to read The Magic of Thinking Big. That's a great book for those starting out in business and in the home business industry. So why don't we get started and let's talk about what we're all here to talk about, and that's vitamins. So guys, I want you to ask yourself the following questions. Number one, are the vitamins you're taking really being absorbed? And number two, are they healthy for you? And I want you guys to think of these two questions as I'm going over the presentation tonight, because that's really the most important thing. You take vitamins, are they being absorbed? And number two, are they healthy for you? So what are the most important things to take into account when deciding what vitamins to invest in? I want you to imagine. Can you imagine the difference in your health and energy if you actually absorbed 85% more of the vitamins you're taking, and that was without contaminants? Just imagine that. So vitamins, many of us take them every day. We need them for good health. But most of us just don't eat nutritious foods. Here's a great slide on who takes dietary supplements. And this is a breakdown here on the different segments of the population in the United States. And here's the question: what else do we know about the American dietary supplement consumer? Well, 7 out of every 10 U.S. adults roughly take dietary supplements. More in adult women at 77%, and a little less in adult men at 65%. And most of the other statistics, whether we talk about adults 18 to 34, 35 to 54, or older, 55 and over, it's about 7 out of every 10. The older group, it's a little bit higher, but it's about 7 out of every 10. So it's real big business these days, the supplement business. So let's go back to what we talked about a minute ago and the 3 key factors to consider when choosing a vitamin. And the first thing we're going to talk about tonight is absorption. So let's get right into that. Here's an expression that's a really great expression, and you know what? It's pretty true. Most vitamins just aren't absorbed. And the expression is, your body doesn't absorb vitamins. All you get from taking vitamins is expensive urine. Expensive urine. Is that what you really want? And you know what? Frankly, a lot of people don't take vitamins because that's what they believe to be true. And you know what? For most vitamins, it is true. You don't absorb them. So let's start by talking about the absorption of vitamins and minerals. And here is a picture of the digestive system. So you put the supplement in your mouth, you chew it. If it's a chewable supplement or if it's a liquid, it goes in your mouth, gets broken down a little bit, you swallow it down the esophagus and into the stomach. And the stomach, for all intents and purposes, is the main organ that helps digest and break down not only food, but supplements as well. And then you have substances like the liver and the pancreas, and we'll get into what they secrete, but they secrete items that help break down the supplement and help the supplement get absorbed in the intestine. And then you have the small intestine, the large intestine, and then, of course, the rectum and the anus. And in this talk, we're going to talk about what comes out of the liver, what comes out of the pancreas that helps you absorb the supplements that you're taking, depending on the supplement. So where are vitamins absorbed? And that depends on 2 things: the specific vitamin and the type of vitamin. So let's talk about the types of vitamins. And there's 2 types of vitamins we're going to talk about. There's the water-soluble and fat-soluble. And we're going to start with the water-soluble vitamins here tonight. So water-soluble means they dissolve in water. You got to replenish them every day. It includes vitamins B and vitamin C. And most of vitamins B and C leave the body in the urine. They dissolve in water and they leave the body in the urine. So let's talk about specifically vitamin B. Vitamin B is found in fish and eggs and bread and poultry. It's bound to proteins. It's broken down in the stomach and absorbed in the ileum. The ileum actually is the last part of the small intestine. So what if you don't get enough vitamin B? What happens? Well, you get the following. You get skin problems. You get dry, cracked skin, dermatitis, frequent bruising, delayed wound healing. None of that is good. You can get fatigue, muscle weakness, lack of coordination, muscle wasting. You can get mental problems like headache, insomnia, confusion. Gastrointestinal, you can get nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. You can get anemia, low blood count. So you can see vitamin B is really important. And can you imagine if you don't get enough of that vitamin B, if it doesn't get absorbed, or if you don't take enough of it? But we're talking about absorption here, and if it doesn't get absorbed, you can get any of these things. Who wants that? Now let's talk about vitamin C, and there's your glass of orange juice. That's where you get that. Key place for vitamin C, citrus fruits and orange juice. It's absorbed in the jejunum. The jejunum is the second part of the small intestine. And for vitamin C to get absorbed, it actually has to lock onto molecules in order to transport it through the intestinal wall. So what do you get if you have vitamin C deficiency? Well, you get weakness. You get weight loss. You can get scurvy. Scurvy is a disorder of vitamin C deficiency. It usually occurs after a few months of vitamin C deficiency. And you can get, the hair can get all coiled. You can get, like in the picture here, bleeding gums. You can get infections, poor wound healing, bruising of the arms and the legs. You can get edema of the legs, which is swelling of the legs. Again, guys, nobody wants a deficiency of vitamin C either. You get any of these things. So important to absorb your vitamin B, vitamin C to prevent any of these deficiencies. Excuse me. So the other type of vitamins is fat-soluble vitamins, and that's vitamins A, D, E, and K. And they, of course, have to be dissolved in fat before they're absorbed. They actually stay in the body longer than do the water-soluble vitamins. And they actually may not need to be taken every day. So let me tell you about what bile is. Bile is produced in the liver, and it's stored in the small intestine. And what it does is it breaks down fats. You see, it allows fats and fat-soluble vitamins to be absorbed. So what happens if you have a deficiency in these fat-soluble vitamins? And let me go through them one by one. Vitamin A deficiency can cause blindness, hair loss, poor immune function. Vitamin D can cause soft bones, weak muscles, poor immune function. Vitamin E, which is kind of rare, but it can cause muscle weakness, poor vision, and neurologic problems. And finally, vitamin K actually promotes blood clotting. So if you have a deficiency in vitamin K, it actually can cause excessive bleeding. So, problem, vitamin absorption is poor. And I would propose a solution is something called liposomes. Liposomes. So what are liposomes? They've been used for years to increase absorption of drugs such as cancer medications and antiviral medications. Being a medical doctor, I'm quite familiar with that. It's in the physician desk reference. You can go to pubmed.gov and you can see information on liposomes. They work. How do they work? They actually are, think of them as bubbles that encase the nutrient. So you put a bubble around the nutrient, gets protected as it goes down the gastrointestinal tract. It's made of cholesterol and phospholipids, and it includes a head and a tail. So if you look at the schematic diagram on the right, the blue dots are the head and the squiggly orange lines are the tails. So the heads face outward. They are called hydrophilic, meaning they love water. So when this bubble goes through the water, the heads are on the outside. And then the tails face inward. They're hydrophobic. It means they fear, phobia, fear the water. And the way these things are constructed allows the liposome to travel through the digestive system easier and increase absorption of the substances they carry. In other words, it protects the nutrient from being broken down or spilled out into the urine. And we're going to give some more schematics of what actually happens here. So liposomes encase the nutrients and they transport them to the intestine, which is where they are absorbed. Excuse me. And here you see a cutout view of a liposome. And inside you see the drug or the nutrient in aqueous fluid or water fluid. And you see DNA inside there. And you notice it's a lipid bilayer, which means there's two layers, an outer layer and an inner layer. Now let's look at what happens when the liposome actually goes to a cell. So the nutrient that's surrounded by the liposome approaches the cell, and then the cell wall and the wall of the liposome actually merge together as in the diagram, and you see the nutrients go into the inner part of the cell. And then what happens is the walls of the liposome merge and become part of the cell itself. Because liposomes are naturally produced substances, they can also, as with certain products, they can actually be made in a lab artificially, and they again get merged and form part of the cell wall afterward. So advantages of liposomes: number one, they increase the stability of the substance. Number two, they're not toxic. Number three, they're flexible. And number four, they're biodegradable. What does that mean? That means that they're able to be broken down and decomposed by the body. So here's a great study from 2016, and this study is referenced in PubMed.gov, the FDA, the government website, and it showed that vitamin C was better absorbed when encapsulated or surrounded by liposomes. Let's take a look at this graph here. So you can see the bottom line, which has the dark red circles. That's placebo, where no vitamin C was given, and you can see that there's no vitamin C concentration. And then you see the open circles, and that's the vitamin C that was given without liposomes. And you can see that the plasma vitamin C concentration is a little higher. But then you see the top line, and that top line, which is the triangle, the red triangles, is encapsulated or vitamin C that's been surrounded by the liposome. And in that graph, you can see that at every time period, the vitamin C concentration is higher at every point when the vitamin C specifically is surrounded by a liposome. 3 factors to choose a vitamin. We talked about absorption. Now we're going to talk about quality. Poor quality. So consumerlab.com, they do a lot of different studies, and some studies that they had on vitamins showed that the vitamins may contain less than or more than the amount listed on the label. They may not break apart properly, causing decreased absorption. So what happens when you have poor quality vitamins? Let me have you take a look here. Here's some poor quality. You got some that are broken down here. These, wow. On the left, that's certainly, those are vitamins. They're awfully poor quality, and the ones on the right, they're broken down further. Let's go into the third and final area of factors when choosing a vitamin, and that's the ingredients. And wait till you hear all of this stuff, guys. When you hear what contaminants are in these vitamins, wow, you're going to definitely want to start looking at the labels. They may contain contaminants such as artificial food coloring, which may cause hyperactivity, hydrogenated oils, which can increase LDL, that's the bad cholesterol, and it can increase your risk for a heart attack. Imagine that. You take a vitamin to be healthy, and you're at increased risk for a heart attack. Who wants that? PCBs and heavy metals, they can increase your risk of prostate cancer. Talc and magnesium silicate has been associated with stomach cancer. Titanium dioxide has been linked with damage to the lung, kidney, and intestines. Wow. Guys, you got to read the label. If you learn one thing tonight, it's to read the label of the supplements that you're taking. They can really harm you. Look at this list right in front of us. I wanted to show you some articles about poor ingredients in supplements today. Article on the top left is from the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, which warns of potential contamination in multiple brands of drugs and dietary supplements. Below that is salmonella infection outbreak linked to powders, pills, and teas. Top right, from Pharma and Healthcare, a study that shows herbal supplements are full of contaminants, substitutes, and fillers. Bottom right is the New York Times quoting a study that shows that supplements contain contaminants. So you've got to be careful when you're choosing a vitamin, when you're choosing a supplement. So I think you can see here that there are many problems with vitamins today. Many are poorly absorbed. Many are of poor quality. And many contain harmful ingredients. So what should you do? I got some suggestions for you guys. Be careful choosing the nutritional products you put into your body. I recommend choosing pharmaceutical grade nutritional products or nutraceuticals since they're of a higher quality product. I recommend checking the labels to look for any additives. And I recommend vitamins that have a liposome delivery system that increases absorption. I recommend a company that produces all natural, high quality nutraceutical products and uses a liposome delivery system. I am proud to be a part of the scientific advisory board of this company, and I can attest to the quality of the products. And the name of that company is Viseo. Guys, I want to talk about the company that uses this disruptive science and products and will solve all the problems that we just talked about with vitamins today. And these are the 5 areas I want to talk about here. I want to talk about the world-class leadership. You know, when you talk about a company, it begins with the leaders. And of course, number 2 is that disruptive science and the products. And I'm going to go into the products and how they're all natural, and they use the science of the liposome, and we have an enzyme system here. And we're going to talk about the products. We're going to talk about the right timing, why this is the right timing to be involved in this company today. Number 4, we're going to talk about the generous rewards, the way you can earn. And number 5, we're going to talk about the worthwhile cause that this company believes in. So let's start at the beginning. We're going to talk about the world-class leadership. And here at our company, it begins with Dallin and Carrie Larson. You see, Dallin Larson has been in network marketing for many years. He's been involved in 2 companies, and he's founded those 2 companies and brought them up to $1 billion in revenue. The first one was USANA. The second one, Monavi. His partners in this company, Dan Zhu, who's the head of the Asia division of the company, and we have Daniel Paku. And here we have Dallin picture, Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year back in 2009. And proud to be a part of this company, proud to be under the guidance and the leadership of Dallin Larson. Number 2, of course, my favorite part here, and we've been talking about liposomes, we've been talking about the problems with vitamins, and here it is, standard supplements just don't deliver. You see, standard supplements, they provide minimal absorption. Again, they're of poor quality, harsh digestive tract, very ineffective, and again, that expression, all you get from vitamins is expensive urine. Here at Viseo, we actually use advanced delivery technologies, and we don't just have one technology, we have two. We have what's called a liposome advantage. We talked about that liposome and the bubble that surrounds the key nutrients, which protects them from the harsh digestive juices in the stomach and in the digestive tract so that they're better absorbed. Well, we also have some products that use something called an enzyme delivery system, and we're going to talk about that too in a few minutes. But it's important to remember that as we get older, the enzymes in our body get depleted. So we here at Viseo, in our enzyme delivery system products, so to speak, we add enzymes to them, which help break down the nutrients more so that they're more effectively absorbed. So let's talk about the products. And we have two sets of products. We have what we call the enzyme delivery system products, which are these products. And then we have the liposome system products. And we're going to talk about those in a few minutes. So give me 1 second, guys. Glass of water. Okay, thank you. So here are our enzyme advantage products. These products were introduced at our company meeting earlier this year. These are our newer products, and they use the enzyme advantage products. So again, these products are whole products. They don't need a liposome to surround them like the next set of products to help them be absorbed, but they need extra enzymes to break them down so they can be absorbed in the intestine. And we have three products here. The first one is the Core Complete. The Core Complete is our multivitamin, and it includes actually 5 pills. Excuse me. They're all natural. All our products are all natural. They're gluten-free. They're lactose and dairy-free. They're vegetarian. And here are our pills. First, we have our multivitamin. The multivitamin contains many vitamins and 72 trace minerals. We have green foods. We have superfruits. We have probiotics. Those of you taking a separate probiotic, frankly, you don't need it anymore. You get all you need in your daily supply from our Core Complete. We have another pill that's enzymes, and these are to replete the enzymes that you lose as we get older. And then there's antioxidants, and then there's the omega complex, which is our fish oil pill. And guys, I've been taking a fish oil pill for quite a few years now. My cardiologist recommended it. I take it. I get it at one of the big box stores, and it's yellow. Come to find out, it's yellow because that's food coloring and preservatives. All our products do not use that, and in specific, the fish oil or the omega complex, actually, I'm told, comes from salmon in Norway. So you take this omega complex pill every day for a week. It's the equivalent fish oil of eating 2 Norwegian salmon. Let's move on to the next product in the system here. Enzyme Advantage system, and that is our V-Slim weight management. So you see the report here from CNN that 1/3 of the world is overweight. Yes, the US does lead the way, and our product boosts metabolism, curbs your appetite, and helps regulate blood sugar. Let me talk about the ingredients here because it's a real wonderful product. So first ingredient in this V-Slim is actually Garcinia cambogia. Garcinia cambogia comes from a plant in Asia, and it has been shown to help people lose weight. The second ingredient in our V-Slim is something called Slimiluma, is the trade name, or Caralluma fimbriata. I know that's a mouthful, but this is from a plant in India. I am told it's kind of like a cactus plant. When the Indian people are starving, what they do, they will take a knife, they will cut open the plant, they will eat this Caralluma fimbriata, and what it does is it curbs their appetite. So Slimiluma is the trade name because it's actually manufactured in the United States under the name Slimiluma. And we are actually the only direct sales company that will have access to Slimiluma. and Slimaluma has been shown to cause weight loss in studies. So those are the those are the two first products. The third product is Gymnina sylvestre, and that is from a plant. It actually helps regulate blood sugar and curb sugar cravings. I'm going to get to that a little bit in a minute when I show you my testimonial on the next slide. What else? It's got some coconut water for hydration, and it's a great product, and that's the V-Slim weight management program. The next product that we have in our line here is something called V3, and that is our energy product. It is a wonderful product, and by the way, these two products come in like a stick that you rip open. It's a powder. You add it to 6 to 8 ounces of water in a glass. You put it in one of these Poland Spring bottles. You shake it up. Frankly, I take one of these, each of these every morning. I love the way the energy makes me feel, gives me extra energy. So what are the ingredients in the V3? So it's got green tea extract, which is great, has powerful oxidants, has chlorophyll, which are great for energy. It's got theobromine in it, which is kind of a feel-good ingredient in cacao or the chocolate bean. And it helps with dilating blood vessels, increases circulation, may give you some euphoria. And then the other ingredient here is ginseng. And ginseng is an herb, as well as the other herbs, maca root, and basil. And they stimulate the body and the brain, and they enhance energy levels. And I should also say that coconut juice powder is also found in here, and that's to add to hydration. So wonderful products, and I want to talk a little bit about some testimonials with them. So guys, sorry, I know I don't have my shirt on here, but this is me. This is the before and the after. Before with the belly, with the neck, and after thinner, down 14.4 pounds. I can happily say that it's now 15.6. I'm well on my way to 20. And those were my weights at that time. And I'm on my way to 20 pounds. I got to tell you, two key things that I've noticed: curbs my appetite. My portion size is maybe half of what it was. And sweet tooth. You want to talk about sweet tooth, guys? I have the biggest sweet tooth out there. Sugar all the time. Went to Florida Christmas time. 17 days, probably had sweets 14 of the 17 days. Probably why I gained the weight that I did on that trip. But I've had maybe 5 or 6 desserts in a couple of months I've been on this product. So I love it. It's great. And those are my results. Let's talk about Cassandra and the V3 Energy. She says, I have successfully replaced my morning coffee and other energy drink products with Microlife V3. It's just amazing. I feel so good taking it and have more energy than I know what to do with. And it's the best kind of energy. Thank you, Viseo. Guys, can you imagine feeling like that every morning? Feeling like I do with the extra energy when I get up in the morning and I go to the gym after I have my V-Slim and my V3? Or feeling like Cassandra does when she has her V3? Let's move on to I call them the liposome products. And these 3 products use the liposome advanced technology system, or liposome advantage products. These are products, again, where the nutrients wrapped in a liposome and you get increased absorption. And we have 3 of these such products. So the first product is the sleep product. I love this product. It's a great product. You know, I never thought I was having a problem sleeping. Thought it was normal to roll over every night and stare at the clock 7 times. And now I get to sleep quicker and I'm in a deeper sleep. So what's in this product? First ingredient is melatonin. Melatonin is an interesting substance. It's actually naturally found in the brain. The pineal gland in the brain actually produces melatonin. When you go to sleep at night, What happens with the dark? The brain recognizes that, starts producing more melatonin, which helps you sleep. And as the light comes up in the morning, the melatonin amount is decreased. The body recognizes that, the level goes down, and you wake up. Some other ingredients in this product is GABA, GABA amino butyric acid. That's one of the neurotransmitters in the brain. And when that level of the GABA goes up in the brain, your body gets into a more depressed or relaxed state. The other ingredient that I find interesting is NAC, or N-acetylcysteine. Now, this is a substance that's also found in the body, and it helps with detoxification. As I said, I'm an emergency doctor. I find this substance very fascinating because it's actually used in Tylenol overdose. So somebody takes a Tylenol overdose, and what happens is that, and you may have heard that it can kill your liver. Well, that's because, Tylenol depletes the body of glutathione, which is a substance that helps with liver detoxification. So when you give somebody NAC, what happens is you replete the body of this substance, this glutathione, which helps detoxify the liver. And guess what, guys? It also helps detoxify the brain. So a fascinating substance. We're going to show a testimonial in a couple of minutes. Let's move on here to the Neuro. The Neuro Microcaps is a wonderful medication. And by the way, this is the only one of the 3 products of all of our products that, well, besides the multivitamin, that comes in a pill form. This one is in a capsule. Both the Sleep and the Renew that we're going to come to is in a spray bottle. So the Neuro is a fascinating product. It's a great product, and I'm going to give you a testimonial on that shortly as well. But it increases cognitive function, and it helps with memory, and it also supports mood. It's got some interesting substances in it. The one I like to talk about is huperzine A. Huperzine A is a substance that comes from a plant, and it's chemically similar to, we'll just say, I'm not able to talk about any disorders, but it's similar to medications that are used in memory disorders. The other substance here that also can help with memory is something called Bacopa monnieri, and that's also found in a plant. Renew, love this supplement. Comes in a spray bottle. It's called micro gel as opposed to micro mist, which is more of a spray for the sleep. And this is also a wonderful product because it helps you enjoy more lubrication of your joints. It increases, as it says, flexibility and mobility, and it supports the body's natural inflammatory response. Some of the key ingredients here is, one of them is curcumin. Curcumin, which is found actually in the spice turmeric. And it actually works as an antioxidant, and it also helps with lubrication of the joints, helps with pain. We're getting a lot of great results with this product in pain relief. Let me move on, and I'm going to show you just a short video of Hannah's mom, where Tamara is her name, and she talks about her daughter and the results from the sleep product. So let me just show you this short video.
Symptoms of insomnia, rage, aggression, anxiety, tics, OCD, and depression, and seizures in her. We were at a loss. The last 4 years have been a nightmare in our home, trying to find out for her. Many times I got on my knees, and I thank God to send us a miracle. He sent us that miracle with Viseo. Friends of mine, John and Carrie Stout, gave me a sample of Sleep and a sample of Renew to try with her. Hannah's insomnia is so bad that it takes her 1 to 3 hours to go to sleep at night, and then she would be up 5, 10, 15 times a night, coming in our room, walking her back to bed. She never got rest. She would wake up angry and sad and red circles under her eyes. So the first night, I decided, okay, let's try the Sleep. And so, like all good parents, we lied to her. And we said, we're going to spray sugar in your mouth, because what kid doesn't want sugar before they go to bed? Well, she opened her mouth, and I got one squirt in, and she covered her mouth and said, I don't like the ogre. I don't like the ogre. We have since, we put in a syringe, now she takes on like a champ. But that first night, my little girl, who would take 3 hours to go to sleep, fell asleep in 6 minutes. And she slept 13 straight hours. If that's not a miracle in the ball, I don't know what is. I am so grateful and thankful. But also, we're using the Renew now to help treat the inflammation that's ravaging in her body. I'm so grateful that God answered my prayers. It took 4 years, but I got those prayers answered in the form of a product that works, an amazing business opportunity, and a Viseo family. I think there's like 7,000 of y'all last year. This is amazing. And one big shout out to John and Carrie Sal. If John had not given me those products, I never would have tried them. And by you, Crew Nation, I'm so excited to walk in this journey of health, happiness, wellness, not only for our family, but for the families we touch. And thank you for hearing my story. God bless.
Wow. Wow. I always get a tear when I watch that from Tamara. What a wonderful story. And I just want you to imagine what it would be like, or what these parents went through, and how our sleep product just changed not only the life of the child, but the parents as well, now that the child is sleeping every night. Anyway, let's move on to the next product here. This is Neuro. We're going to talk about Barbara's mom. My mom was diagnosed with memory problems. I replaced that because it talked about a specific disorder. In November, she began taking Neuro on the first Saturday in April, and 2 weeks later, she started taking Renew. She wasn't calling on the phone because she couldn't remember how. She was barely getting out of bed and declining really fast. Now she's barely even taking a nap, doing all kinds of things, all this art. She's written 3 different letters to my sister, and she calls me on a regular basis. And now let's move to Fanny. Fanny is actually dear to my heart. It's my mom's mom. It's my mother-in-law. My 90-year-old mother-in-law has had joint pains for years, especially in her thumb. After a day on the Renew product, the pain in her thumb was gone. Fanny doesn't miss a day without Renew. She loves this product. She loves all our products, actually. She takes them every day. She takes the Neuro every day. Actually, her doctor also comments on how great her memory is. She remembers everyone's phone number at the age of 90. I wish I could do that. Let's move on to the third pillar, so to speak, and that's the right timing. Dallin Larson says the past doesn't guarantee the future, but it's a pretty darn good indicator. And here's some facts. The direct sales industry has never been more mainstream or lucrative, and it's poised for huge growth because we have social media. And by the way, you want to do social media correctly. So I teach social media. You don't want to just jump out there and use social media. Most people use it incorrectly, but suffice it to say that this industry is poised for good, big growth. So what we have here is great leadership. We have these disruptive liposome and enzyme technologies. We've got a proven system and early window. You bet. You betcha it's early. Company's been open only about a year. So it's the right timing. The right timing. Let's move on to pillar number 4. We talk about generous rewards, and we here at Viseo have actually 8 ways to earn. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time here, but we'll talk about there's a customer sales bonus, there's a product introduction bonus, a team commission bonus, a team, a TC, team commission matching bonus. This is what's called a check match, when you actually match and get a percentage of the people you signed up checks once you get to a certain level. Bonuses for rank advancement, bonuses for global leadership. We have lifestyle trips. We have multiple business centers. And so let me move on here. So how do you earn? Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to join. You got to enroll for $49.95. That's in the US. Other countries, the prices are different. You want to place an initial order. Then you want to enroll in the optional LCP, which is Loyalty Convenience Program, better known as the auto ship. Again, it's optional, but you also should know that you won't get paid if you don't go on the auto ship. And you want to become a star. We here at Viseo are in a binary compensation plan. That means we have a left leg and a right leg. So how do you become a star? You sponsor somebody on the left, somebody on the right. You put each of them in at an 80 PV volume or personal volume. You become active and you become a star. We got this special going on right now. It's called a Star Maker bonus. So here's you with the 80 PV, and you become a star because you sign up the star woman on the left and the BP guy on the right. You become a star, and you become a star maker if you help somebody else become a star. So you'd help the woman with the glasses become star. She's on an 80 PV, and she sponsors the guy with the glasses on the bottom left and the girl with the ponytail on the right. They each sign up on an 80 PV, and lo and behold, she becomes a star and you become a star maker, and you get a bonus for that. So rank advancements. This is a chart of all of our ranks in the company, starting at brand partner and star 800. Change those names around a little bit. There's a star here, or for a reward trip at the gold level, and then the diamond trips, the black, the royal, the double crown diamond trips. And as I said, in order to become active, you need 80 personal volume. Certain ranks, you need to get certain amount of active customers. Frankly, I don't know how you can continue in the business without active customers. That's how we get paid, is how many customers we have. So let's move on. And finally, our fifth pillar here is a worthwhile cause. And it's a wonderful charity, Hearts and Hands to Humanity. It provides clean water to people and communities in Africa. It's a wonderful cause, and I am proud to be a part of this company and proud to be part of this cause. So how do you get started again? You enroll for $49.95. You place your initial order, get on the LCP program, download the Viseo app. Here you have a picture of an iPhone. Guys, you can do your entire business on a smartphone. You can do it on an iPad. You don't need a computer. Me, I like the big words on the computer, so I like that. But when I'm out and about, you can do everything you can on the desktop. You can do everything on your smartphone. In fact, our app and our website was designed for the mobile application, and then they made sure that it worked on the desktop, as opposed to most companies which do it the opposite way. And then, so after you do that, you want to meet with your sponsor, review the Viseo action plan, and your future is created by what you do today. I have a couple more slides here. I'm going to be finished in a couple minutes, guys. Product disclaimer. Notice that none of these products have been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Viseo products are not intended to diagnose, cure, treat, or prevent any disease. And the income disclaimer is that we make no guarantee of any level of income or achievement, any rank. It frankly all depends on the amount of time you put in, the ability, the commitment, the personal application, your sales, and some other factors. So guys, as I wrap it up here tonight, you have three choices. Option one is don't do anything and don't take advantage of cutting-edge nutraceutical products. Number two is become a Viseo customer. Enjoy the products for yourself. Number three, put up the small investment compared to the value you'll get. Team up with an emergency doctor who's on the scientific advisory board and become a brand partner in Viseo. So let me ask you guys a question. Is it worth taking a few minutes of your time and a few dollars of your money to join forces with a company that produces high quality nutraceutical products and uses cutting edge liposome and enzyme delivery systems? Guys, I want to talk about breaking old habits. Let me ask you a question. You guys have been on webinars before. You get excited and fired up. And what happens the next day? Usually nothing. Why? Because you go back to old habits. And the only way you'll be successful is by finding a way to break old habits. And the only way you'll break old habits is by investing in a Viseo business. And I can help you use the tools you'll need to become successful. And if you don't do that, you'll shift right back to your old habit. You know that money that you spend on dinners, movies, it's actually called disposable income. I'm asking you to make an investment in yourself that will turn into more money. Have you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that great book by Robert Kiyosaki? In it, he says, poor people buy liabilities and rich people buy assets. I'm asking you to put money into an investment as opposed to taking money away from you. So the way it is right now, guys, you can have money or excuses. You just can't have both. So you have two choices. Number one, you can sign up and get involved in a business with cutting edge nutritional products. Or number two, you can give excuses. Why you didn't do it, why you can't afford it, why you don't have enough time. You see, guys, you can't have both. Money or excuses. Which do you want? You just can't have both. So, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here, and I'm going to take questions in a minute. I do want to say, though, that if you, let me go on to the next slide. If you were sent here and referred here by somebody else in Viseo, I want to refer you back to them and get back to the person who sent you here for this presentation. If it was me or my Facebook ads or any of my posts, and you're here because I sent you here, I invite you to go to drsteveinformation.com. And it is on drsteveinformation.com that you will find your free bonus interview with Tracy Gibbs, our Chief Scientific Officer here at Viseo. So you stay till the end. Here's the free bonus interview. It's on drsteveinformation.com. And on that site, you can also click and get onto the form, which you see a copy of here in the background. It's a form where you can put your contact information, and I'd be happy to get back to you. So let me just wrap it up. And before I do, I want to just see if anybody has any questions. You guys can ask any questions on the right over here. Yes, I see a question here from someone in Canada. They're asking, how much does it cost to get started in Canada? Well, in Canada, you can sign up as a distributor. It's called not for retail, which means that you can't have customers yet. And it's a matter of, I think it's a matter of Health Canada approving and reviewing the products for that. So we're not there yet. But the good news is that it only costs $1 Canadian to actually sign up. And if you find people who don't really want to do the business, but they want to become a customer, as I have somebody that signed up, you can get them signed up, and it's only $1 to sign up, and then you can get them to send them, some of the products. But it's only $1. Not all the packs, intro packs, are actually available in Canada yet. But while I'm on that subject, let me just tell you some of the other countries we're open for business. We have an office in Hong Kong, and we have business available in Hong Kong. Japan is open, soon to be Taiwan and mainland China. We have Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, and soon to be Thailand. So pretty exciting. I actually will let you know that not only did I go to the Viseo opening conference in Las Vegas, but I also went to the Asia launch of Viseo in Macau, China. I flew into the city of Hong Kong. I met my new business partner, actually, from Bangkok, Thailand, there, Mark, and we all went over to Macau by boat. It's another island off the coast of China. It's actually part of mainland China now, and the conference was there. It was really quite exciting. So I just want to see if there's any other questions. If not, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been about an hour here. Again, free bonus interview with myself and Tracy Gibbs, Chief Scientific Officer of Viseo, drsteveinformation.com. On that same site, you'll find a click to the web page that has this form on it. I invite you to sign up if you'd like to get more information. And with that, I will say, hope you got value here tonight. And till the next webinar, good night, everybody.